How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and over the last couple months, there has been an awesome theory that has surfaced online, and I absolutely love this theory. I really want to talk about it, and basically the whole thing is about how Thanos was not the first being to actually try to gather all of the Infinity Stones, and instead, it was Odin. This, of course, is something that Thor and Loki both did not know about. And I know there are probably a lot of you that are like, alright, there's no way that Odin was the first one to gather all of these Infinity Stones, but hear me out, I think there's a lot of evidence to really back up this theory. So if we look at Thor Ragnarok, there was a lot that Hela revealed in that movie that showed a different side of Odin, something that we haven't seen within the comic books or in the movies, where Odin actually had a very dark past that he did hide away, and she revealed that Odin and her went around all 9 realms and took control of everybody. They enslaved a lot of people from all the 9 realms, and they really were just trying to conquer everything. And he basically was the original Thanos, or just a warlord in general. Well, in this theory, it's said that not only was Odin trying to conquer all 9 realms, but he was also trying to get a greater power, which was all of the Infinity Stones, and gather them all up and create the Infinity Gauntlet. And basically become the ultimate being, which Odin definitely can do because he is that powerful. He's on a power level scale similar to Thanos himself, and there have been a lot of theories recently saying that Thanos waited to gather all the Infinity Stones and create the Infinity Gauntlet until Odin actually died, so that he had the chance to do that because Odin's power in the Odin Force definitely rivals that of Thanos. And of course, Odin knew exactly what the Infinity Stones were, because as we saw in Thor the Dark World, his father Bor actually came into contact with one with the Dark Elves, and it was the Ether, or the Reality Stone, that is now known as in the MCU.
Shall we destroy it?
If only we could. But its power is too great. Bury it deep. Somewhere no one will ever find it.
Now this theory definitely would explain exactly why King Eitri had the mold of the Infinity Gauntlet in Infinity War, and it's said to be because Odin went to him so many years ago, the Nidavellir, so the dwarves could create the Infinity Gauntlet, something powerful enough to harness all the power of the Infinity Stones. And it makes a lot of sense because Eitri creates the most powerful weapons in the universe there. Now, a little side note here, I know it looked like in Infinity War that King Eitri made that Infinity Gauntlet mold for Thanos specifically, and made it when he was creating the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos, but they never really said that. Eitri really just said that he created the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos, and the mold had nothing to do with that. And it definitely would make sense that he already had the mold because Odin wanted this. This would also explain why Odin would have the fake Infinity Gauntlet since the original Thor movie, which was way before Infinity War ever happened. So if there was a mold of the Infinity Gauntlet and they created a fake Infinity Gauntlet just to say that they could actually create something like this, that definitely would make sense why it was in Odin's treasure for all this time. And it was a big coincidence in Ragnarok that Hela knew exactly that the Infinity Gauntlet was fake in Odin's treasure room.
Odin's treasures.
Fake. Most of the stuff in here is fake. That's not bad.
So all of this evidence really just points to Odin and Hela creating the Infinity Gauntlet. Obviously, Odin didn't get too far because it was revealed in Infinity War when Thanos got the Space Stone that no other being in the universe was able to wield 2 Infinity Stones.
No other being has ever had the might, nay the nobility, to wield not 1, but 2 Infinity Stones.
Now, it was also pointed out in this theory that Odin and Hela used the Tesseract to travel between the different realms, and that's how they conquered all 9 realms. But in reality, I don't think that's true at all, because if you just look at the Rainbow Bridge in this one picture, you can see that the Bifrost obviously is there because the Rainbow Bridge is there. So I don't think that they used the Tesseract. Instead, I think they just used the Bifrost. So let's get back on track with this theory. During Odin's quest to get all the Infinity Stones, Odin found out exactly where the Soul Stone would be. He traveled to Vormir with Hela, and when he got there, he found out exactly what it would cost. Just like Thanos did in Infinity War, to be able to wield the Soul Stone, he was going to have to kill Hela because that was his child. She was obviously someone that he truly loved, his own daughter. And Odin wasn't able to do this, and this is really where he had his whole life really turn around for him, that he didn't want to go down this route where he was going to have to kill someone he loved in order to get ultimate power within the universe. So he decided not to get the Soul Stone, and instead he really just tried to live a peaceful life and undo all of his wrongs that he's done within the 9 realms, and really just establish peace within all the 9 realms instead of conquering all of them. And if we look back at the end credits scene of Thor the Dark World, this would make a lot of sense because Volstagg said that it wasn't wise to keep 2 Infinity Stones so close together, meaning that Odin probably just spread the word around that don't keep Infinity Stones too close together, because eventually there's going to be someone coming along and trying to gather them all. So spreading them out and having them somewhere that nobody knows where they are, that's a better chance of somebody not being able to gather all this power. Also, I do need to add that Odin probably didn't tell anybody about the Soul Stone's location because he didn't want anybody gathering up the Infinity Stones. So that's why Thor said that in Infinity War. Honestly, I think this is a really solid theory and definitely makes a lot of sense of what happened in previous MCU movies and Infinity War. Of course, Webheads, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this theory. If you guys want more MCU theories, definitely click the playlist right over here. If you guys want more on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, definitely consider subscribing below and turning on the bell notification. But Webheads, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.